FM, KSJS, San Jose.
Yeah. See that? It's a warning to Pete. Because eventually when you're eating like you do, you're going to get into the back of the freezer. You don't know what's going to be found there, especially if somebody died and you're rummaging through their house. You're like, what's this? I don't know. Eat it. It's amazing how many things you can eat, but I don't think it works so well when you're big and crazy, because once you're really big and crazy with the feeding frenzy, you got a lot of toxins in your system already. You start eating bad meat, it's just going to put you over the edge, man. So if you plan to feel any grief over that, this is a song by Grief, new stuff. Seems that's all I ever play anymore. I don't know. Predator is the name of the thing. FMKS, JS, San Jose. Yeah. We just heard Disembowelment. They did a song called A Burial at Ornans. I was requested. Pure legends out there, someplace by the airplanes, looking at the planes. Oh, I didn't know they'd let people like us sit out by airplanes, but you know, I guess if they don't know you, they don't know to keep you away, right? Transcendence into the Peripheral was the name of that CD. My name's Judas, listening to 90.5 FM Ground Zero Radio. That's about it. I guess you can call for request 408-924-5757. That's 924-KSJS. Right now you're listening to somebody doing a song called Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better. This is dedicated to all the policemen out there. I always hear about people getting run down by the cops, how the cops think they're better than everybody else, man. You know, I'm not a cop because I don't want to be. That doesn't mean I'm not better. Actually, from what I've learned to talking to policemen, it's an awful job. They're generally not really happy people with what they have to do. So apparently, I'm doing it better. Terrible thing being happy, isn't it? Everybody wants to keep you down. Hell, I go outside to have a cigarette. People look at me funny. I keep expecting the police to arrive. What the hell? I'm not doing anything wrong. Just because I'm smiling? People get confused when you smile. Unnerves them. They don't have a whole lot to say. This is the chasm. Yeah! I'm supposed to be lost in this. What the hell's going on? Oh, Oklahoma, when the wind comes blowing down the right. Hey, yeah, we just heard the chasm doing The Scars of My Journey. That's off Procession to the Infraworld. Play that because really, the best scars are caught on film. When I rode my motorcycle back to Michigan, I stopped in Montana just because there's this wonderful girl there. Stayed there for about 5 days, went hiking through the, what do you call it? Glacier National Park, jumping over waterfalls and things like that. Taking 25, 30-foot jumps, I don't know. From rock to rock. Got pictures. That's always really nice, you know. Here I'm flying through the air, woo, hair flying just crazy. People are like, you crazy? And I was hobbling around for a while after that, screwed my feet up. But you know, you got to try it. And if it weren't for the fact that I got that on film, nobody would ever remember that I'd done it. So you got to photograph the scars of your journeys, especially if you cut somebody up in a ditch. Always got to have a camera, you know. And Perry White told Jimmy Olsen, a good journalist always has his camera. Oklahoma. I was hanging out in Oklahoma Christmas Eve after leaving the VFW hall in Liberal, Kansas. There are no bars open anywhere, you know. And I'm like, hey, I got to go to the bar. What am I doing? I'm staying in a damn hotel for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, just coming back here. Only reason I went to was to drink. So I cruised across the border to Oklahoma, walk into this, I don't know what you call it. I guess you call it a Mexican bar, even though it was America. But everybody just stops and looks at you, man. Go get your beer, play some pool with Shorty over there. Just gotta know how to deal with the people. Sometimes you're places where you really shouldn't be, but it doesn't matter. I think we belong everywhere. Oh, God. Get rid of that right quick. I'm telling you what, man. Sitting in the Denny's this morning eating, and over the radio comes that damn song. I'm like, Jesus. Who the hell's here at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, playing Ricky Martin? Just as I was about over that, right when I was finished being pissed off at Archimedes because I have to listen to it every time I come in here, they play that damn Cher song. I don't know what it is, but only time I ever hear those two songs is when I'm in the gym. And I haven't been to the gym in months. Now I go to eat something, and I have to listen to it. I know you're saying that about this song. You're going, gosh, I hate that Somewhere song. I don't know what the hell it is either, but it's on this disc. What I do know is it's summertime. And Xilinx Incorporated hopes that all of our listeners are having a great vacation. As the new school year approaches, remember, an education along with a degree is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, especially in today's technology-intensive world. If you're in high school, hang in there. If you're older, it's never too late to pursue a high school equivalency, professional trade school, or college degree. And now is a great time to find the fall program that's right for you. Xilinx Incorporated in San Jose urges you to educate yourself today for the challenges of tomorrow's world. You feel like, you know, some reason you don't want to get your GED, you know, you're like, what the hell, screw that. My mom got her GED, and look what she produced. Me. So, it'll really help. I'm sure it sparks, what do you call it, imaginative brain cells or something. Never thought she'd end up with an idiot like me until she started smoking and got her degree. I'm another perfect example of how healthy it is to smoke while you're pregnant for somebody. I was the only one she smoked for. Look at me. Hey, that part right there, the greatest gift you can give yourself, I think that should be left alone, man. You can give yourself that gift all you want in a room to yourself, but don't tell anybody about it. I was watching TV the other day, and I looked, flipping through the channels, and there's Julia Childs with some little guy, and she's standing there. She's all bent over, you know, she looks like Frankenstein. Some people may say that's from cooking all day, all her life. But you know what? I think that's from being alone. My godfather was alone. Didn't have a wife, lived with his sister. She was alone too, you know. She had no husband. I don't think they were doing anything screwy. You know, the Bible says you're not supposed to, right? But I really do think they spent a lot of time giving themselves gifts. I think people say, oh, there's nothing wrong with masturbation. I'm sure there isn't, unless you do it too much. I mean, they were, both my godfather and his sister were all bent over, like Julia Child's got a round back. I mean, that's from sitting in a chair all day by yourself watching porn, I think. Not sure. Moderation, man. That's what it's all about. And since we're talking about moderation, we're going to play something new, I guess, sitting here by the Electric Hellfire Club. Going to dedicate it to that whacked out kid a couple years ago, and I think in a mall store, killed a woman and her child. He was some kind of molester or something. Killed him right there in the store, from what I understand, from what I read. So, since he was a big Electric Hellfire Club fan, that's what he said, we're going to play this song. It's called Number of the Beast. Yeah, I'll be there. Hey, we just heard Enslaved doing The Man from Norderland. I guess that's meant to be my theme song or something. Man from the North! Freezing your ass off. But, yeah, that's why it came out here. It's not so cold. Run around naked more and you don't have to worry about getting so cold, although people out here in the liberated liberated California look down upon things like that. They have the cops there in a minute. Iron fist, you know. We're free! We're at the forefront of everything liberal! Yeah. I don't know what they consider liberal. It must mean new idea. Hey, let's push everybody down like they used to do. Not really that creative, isn't it? Is it? Hey, before that, I suppose we heard Solstice doing their song called Netherworld. It's like self-titled CD, Solstice. And I'll start off like Electric Hellfire Club, Number of the Beast, good old-fashioned Iron Maiden song. That's off their new CD, Witness the Millennium. That's the Electric Hellfire Club. Had to play that CD just because, you know, Witness the Millennium. Nobody could seem to figure out when the millennium was. Everybody's like, year 2000, the new millennium. All the Christians are out there, you're going to burn. You know, they're all crazy. And they're all geared up to go to hell because that's what they're supposed to do, according to some made-up story. Of course, I haven't seen that pull through yet. But the thing is, the millennium is coming. Year 2001, man, that's the true millennium. And the Christians are going to be caught off guard. I'm going to be sitting downtown in some bar, maybe Lenny's, and there are going to be all these people out there with tickets like they usually do, going, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. Be still and know that I am God. Yeah. And, all of a sudden, things are going to start coming out of the ground, tearing these people up. They're going to be running in, trying to get out of there, you know. Save me, Judas. And I'll just hit them upside the head with a beer mug and jump into it. I mean, hell, if the thing's going down anyway, I might as well be a part of it, right? Yeah, all right. We just heard Destruction doing the song called The Final Curtain. That's All Hell Breaks Loose. Actually, TC called and wanted to hear that, so that worked out well. And, geez, I don't... actually had an idea about that. The Final Curtain. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute, but I got to read a message. Summer vacation is here, and Daniel Fence Company would like to thank our listeners who are doing their part to combat drinking and driving during the long summer days. By checking IDs, calling a cab, or giving someone a ride home, we can make a difference and save lives. Please don't drink and drive. This important message is brought to you by Daniel Fence Company, wishing all our listeners a safe and happy summer vacation. Tell you what, man, giving someone a ride home or whatever, we can save lives. Met some woman in the bar one night. Figure what the hell. It was when I was a kid and I was drinking a lot. What was that, 3-4 years ago? I don't drink so much anymore just because I don't know. I could tell you, but it's a long and arduous story. So, that's nothing like the cops or anything. It just, yeah, I slid out of it somehow. But this girl goes home to my apartment. I think I'm doing her a favor, you know. She's drunk. She doesn't have to drive. Wake up. Next couple of days, I'm looking around, you know. I'm in the kitchen. I look in I've got a file with all my paperwork in it, bills and stuff. I did at the time anyway. I was kind of organized. I was only drinking. But, I look in there, there's a couple cigarette butts in there. I'm like, what the hell? This woman's pissed off because I went to sleep? You know, that's the beauty of sleep and humanity, is that if you're a woman and you're with some guy and you have sex, I think it's an evolutionary thing, kind of like spreading the genes. Like the guy's done having sex. What's he need to stay awake for? He's already spread his seed. I mean, even if he does get killed in his sleep, it doesn't matter. But, you know, that's why you're like, gosh, you can't go to sleep before you're having sex. You got to spread the seed. Woman comes in, you're very vulnerable. You fall asleep, you're done. They try and burn the house down. So I'm not so sure that's the best thing that Daniel Fence Company's telling us about helping people out, but I guess they're the ones giving us the money, so they know, right? The final curtain. Yeah, I was thinking about that because I had that netherworld thing going on and witnessed the millennium. I was thinking about the afterlife when everybody comes and starts tearing things up. I suppose you'd call it the afterlife because once Armageddon hits, there's not much living left to do. But I think if I ever come back with the Armageddon, run some crusade, I'm going to do it in a church, like the one back home in Gaylord, Michigan. Just come ripping out of the altar with everybody, just tearing up the patrons, you know. All these church people, they think they're safe. But the truth is, if you make it out of the church and you're a demon thing, you got a pretty good chance. All the time on TV, when you're watching television, you see these people. They come back, can't go into the church or I'll burn up. What kind of hope do you have for taking over if you can't even go near a building, man? It's a good start. And I figure the one in Gaylord has enough evil seeping through it that I'd have a pretty good chance, make a good start, take those people with me. Because I remember when I was in like 5th grade, they put all our jackets on, put us in single file line, walked us over to the church, you know, had the whole church coming, the whole school coming through the church. St. Mary's Elementary School. Then they had the high schoolers later. But they've got like a little slide thing right above the altar. Didn't get to watch too many slide shows during church, but that day while we got out of school, we got to watch a show about abortion. They had all these pictures of kids in dumpsters. They had pictures of kids, you know, in lace baskets, arms, legs, just piles of mutilated fetuses. And I remember being a little kid and watching the 2nd grade girls come out crying. Oh, I'm like, yeah, this is really good. See what they're doing? They're brainwashing you from right to start. And you generally don't remember where they brainwashed you. You just know things for some reason. How did I ever learn that? I don't remember learning that. Take you down to the church. They put you in that penance room, you know. Make you confess. Make you feel guilty and then wash your thoughts. What do? Ask for money. They're not helping anybody. The church. Jesus Christ, all the angels and saints. Jesus is your friend. I mean, he's only killed millions of people. He must be my friend, because think about all the people that would be walking around if the Crusades hadn't come through. And if he hadn't sent the plague, you know, we'd be jam-packed. No place to go. Roll over in your sleep, try and get something to eat. Next thing you know, you're eating somebody next to you. Cannibalism erupts. Too close. Hey, I suppose I've got to play a song. .5 FM KSJS San Jose. You're listening to Judas. This is the dawn of betrayal. And to get to the dawn of betrayal, you need to see the usurper. You pass through the threshold of the usurper. I'll be back in a while. Yeah, 90.5 FM KSJS San Jose. My name's Judas. You're listening to the dawn of betrayal. That's about it. Judas at ksjs.org. I don't care if you write me or not, because I probably won't write you back. I'm not very good at that. I don't dwell on this stuff, you know. But, yeah, what did we listen to? Threshold of the Usurper. That's the title track of that CD by Usurper. Born with Remarkable Warrior, 666. Hey, yeah, sitting out there smoking my 8 o'clock cigarette. They've got a backhoe right out front, digging up the earth. And I was looking in the hole. There's like this line running through there. The guy just missed, and I don't know what it was, but it reminded me of a few years ago when I first got back from England after my tour of Europe and the Ukrainian border and all that crap. And, hey, you know, I saw something with Sally Field on it last night. Her escaping from Iran. Not without my daughter! Yeah, because she knew what they were going to do to her daughter. And it was a lovely story and all this. And I'm like, damn, you know, should write a story about me being stranded in the Ukraine. Getting deported. See, I thought I escaped. But apparently I got deported because they had guards watching us and got us the hell out of there as soon as possible. After 5 days, trying to get out of the country and getting kicked back in. Hanging out in the back of military vehicles with armed men. But, yeah, I guess you got to know how to handle yourself, right? Something like that. You don't want to run through the field and make a run for the border because you know they got mines laying everywhere. But, so I'm looking at that, and it reminded me of a couple of years ago when I first got back from there. I was working a job as a plumber. Telling you what, I don't like plumbing very much. But, I was like, here, take this. Take that hole. So I've got a jackhammer digging through rocky earth by this house. I'm like, you know, just going crazy. And that's pretty cool. After I get done there, he comes over, oh my God! And there was like a big, like, electrical tape covered wire, a bunch of wires put together and wrapped up, and I nicked it. And he's like, you just hit the main electrical cable, you're lucky to be here. And I was like, hey, yeah, well, whatever. He thought that was really funny. I just thought it was normal. So many times I've come close to death. Hell, the other night I was over there moving things around in my room in the dark, and I noticed that little 3-plug that you stick in the wall so you can get more plugs in there, that 3-jack or whatever you call it, had been broken off while I was moving my bed. And I'm searching around in the dark trying to get this thing out of the outlet. I'm getting electrocuted. I'm like, that's not so bad. It really isn't. But apparently if you hit the one outside that's got a bunch of cables wrapped up to it, it'll blow you back about 20 feet and kill you. But it just made sense, you know, so many times I've escaped death. Figure we must have about 9 lives. So there's one. I'll count them down. Figure what the hell, I got nothing to talk about today. I can cover the many lives and deaths of Judas. So that's what you'll be hearing today. And until then, I'm going to play a song off the new Mayhem album. Track 3, it's a song called A Time to Die. The land of milk and retards, is that what he said? I don't know. Anyway, what have I got? There it is. San Corporation reminds us that in today's technology-intensive world, a good education is more important than ever. So stay in school, get your education, graduate. If you're a student considering not returning to school, think twice. Remember, education is the gate to a better life, and you hold the key. This important community reminder is brought to you by San Corporation here in San Jose, another concerned business actively involved in our community. And they're on the air because they care about the future of our youth. Speaking of the future of our youth, I keep seeing all these commercials. Oh, at a certain amount of teens start smoking every day. Who cares? They're so concerned about them. What about me? I didn't start smoking till late in life, but they don't care. They figure I'm already lost. What? Hell, if they'd have had more commercials about older people starting to smoke, maybe I wouldn't have done it. I blame the Lung Association, American Cancer Society or something. When it comes time for me to sue, that's who I'm suing, because they're making commercials for the wrong people. Yeah. I think we need to attack more of the people that say they're doing good, that are reaping the benefits. You know those people making money? Boy Scouts, a non-profit organization. I had a friend working for the Boy Scouts. He was making money, and he hated it. But, yeah. Oh, okay, so there's one life gone. What was that one? That was one life gone to plumbing, I guess. Many people out there in the world can relate to what I'm talking about. Having a problem. But, oh yeah, so we got one out of the way. We'll take 2 more for that time that I hanged myself back there around the year 0. Because any time you kill yourself, that's got to count more, I think, because, oh, what are you doing that for? People get to the point of despair where they're like, I just want to die. Nobody loves me. You're hanging around the wrong people. Get out on the highway, man. Go pick up some hitchhikers. They'll appreciate you. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll kill you for you. Never trust a hitchhiker. You always got to scare them first. Talk about knives and stuff, and talk about bodies on the side of the road. As soon as they get in the car and you just sit there quiet. It works. There's that. Especially if you do it in a tree. I think if you were to get hit by lightning while you're hanging from a tree, gasping your last breaths of air, that should take one of the deaths off, you know, so you're back down to just one. You crawl down and walk away a happy man. I mean, how many people get hit by lightning every year? You know how many people die by snake bites every year? Less than 10. 4,000 to 6,000 get bitten, though. I dreamt that I got bitten last week. I was in a pit full of snakes. They're crazy, man. All kinds of dreams last week. But, I was on a boat. I don't know what that means. All right. We've got something called the Century Media Identity 6 CD here. Bunch of stuff on it. Haven't heard any Marauder in a long time. So I'm going to remind myself why I don't play them right now. This is a track called, Find My Way. Wandering around through the dark, sticking your fingers in sockets.
Hi, this is Chris Mike Langer with...
Somebody's going to have to tell me who isn't ripping off everybody's material anyway, huh? Yeah. Hey, well, during that period of time, we had a request for Fugazi. Melissa wanted to hear some, and we just have one CD left in here, and that's called Steady Diet of Nothing. That's right. It's amazing how long we can go without really eating much. People get confused by that. I quit eating sometimes just as an experiment. Your body will eat itself up. There's plenty to go around. I mean, hell, we don't have nutrients inside us. Why would the zombies want us? The song was Polish. When I looked at it on the CD player, the back of the CD, I really thought it might have said Polish. And I was like, all right, you didn't play that. But instead it was about cleansing. So maybe it was. That was a song for all you people out there that want to cleanse society of all those that you don't want. There you go, huh? I don't know. Give them food every once in a while, they'll be all right. Before that, we were Dismembered doing Misanthropic off that same CD. Well, off the Misanthropic CD. Hater of People. And back to the Aryans. Did you know that an Aryan is somebody who hates anything Christian? That's the definition I saw when I was looking through the dictionary the other day and came across it. Back in 43, it meant hater of Christians anyway. So you don't just have to hate Jews to be a... That's a weird thing, because the Jews hate Christians too. I think somebody confused it along the way. Always happens. No wonder people can't figure out what's going on when they dig us up. We're always changing things. Well, it doesn't suit my purpose. So you change it. Make up your own damn thing, jackass. Hey, Marauder was in there doing Find My Way. That's what started that all off. Let's see. We'll go for knock out another couple of lives on this since I'm counting off my 9 lives, find out how many I've got left. I was a paratrooper, and I remember being there, and people would always say, man, if I ever fall out of an airplane and my suit doesn't work, that's my last jump. I'll turn in my wings. I'm sort of going, yeah, what? How? I don't know. So I was making a jump one night, and I come out the door. That's the sound it makes when you come out of the door. You know, you're cruising 150 miles an hour, dead stop. You know, the air is slowing you down. High drag, man. High speed, too. But, so I come out, I'm flipping around like you normally do, and I go to check my damn risers and see if my canopy is open. I look up, things not falling, you know. Well, actually, wait a minute. I screwed that story up. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Because the thing is, you come out in a tuck position, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, about 2,000, your chute usually opens, you know, because you got that static line. I may have just told this story. Hell, I don't know. Got to tell it again. And after your chute open, boom, you look up, make sure your canopy's okay, your parachute's open fine, you know. And I'm rocketing through the sky, 1,000, 2,000, and I'm like, hey, man, that should have opened. And I said, all right, I'll go to 3,000. I said, 3,000! It's still not open. And I'm thinking, wow, you know, I hit 4,000, and I'm going to have to pull my reserve. Because you don't have much time to pull your reserve. You're only jumping from 800,000 feet on a regular practice jump, you know. You're on the ground right away, hell. But, so I Hit 3,000, figured I'd check my chute, pull my reserve at 4,000. Nothing happens. I realize, wow, I'm falling just like a rock, and it just like cruising through the air. You know what it's like to be a rock getting hucked off a cliff. And so I'm still falling. Like, well, maybe when I hit 5,000, I'll pull it. Basically, I'm just enjoying this too much. And as I'm about to hit 5,000, my chute opens. I had a delayed opening. I'm on the ground going, yeah, that was great. All right, put my stuff together. At this point, people are like, man, you're going to get out. I'd never stay in after I had a chute malfunction. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Did another jump not too long after that. I don't know, maybe been a week, maybe a month. It was a long time ago, but it was a relatively short period of time. I come out of the plane, and the 1,000, 2,000, my chute opens. I'm like, all right. I look up, canopy's fine, nice round, dropping me easy. C-141 jet that I just jumped out of, cruising off. You can see the trails, full moon. I see that through my canopy. I'm like, wow, what a beautiful night. All of a sudden, whoo, my canopy inverts. I just start rocketing down. I'm like, all right. And I'm thinking, I'm supposed to pull my reserve. I know what I'm supposed to do, but hell, you see these people falling with two chutes, their main and their reserve open, you think, jackass. And I don't want to look like a jackass. I figure I can probably open this thing. So I look, shaking the hell out of my risers, just shaking it, plummeting to earth, passing people. I hear them going by, for reserve, for reserve. I'm like, yeah, all right. Finally, that thing opens up. I'm like, all right. Looking, it's fine. All of a sudden, it starts inverting again. I'm like, shaking the damn risers. Opens back up. I'm like, all right. And I look down, and I'm on the ground. I don't have time to drop my equipment. Bam! Come crumbling into the ground, landing on my gear and everything, because you're supposed to drop that. I'm laying on the ground, release my chute, so I'm laying there just going, wow, that was great. And I was just so excited, what a good time. And I realized, oh, maybe that's not right to be so excited about this. But that's why we say people that jump out of airplanes are either stupid or crazy. I couldn't figure that out. I just enjoyed it. Is that crazy? So there went 2 more lives that I should have been dead. Let me see. We're down to 4 left. Get back to those later. Right now, what have we got? I don't know. I've got a song in there, so it must be ready to go, huh? Wait. Oh, hell. Here it is. This is In Flames doing their song called Bullet Ride. Bullet Ride.
You're walking along a moonlit beach in Japan.
Aptitude reminds us that you'll have the greatest feeling knowing you've helped a child or an accident victim when you donate blood. Hospitals are in need of blood throughout our area, since only about 5% of the people who are able to give so. Able to do so, give, whatever the hell, man. Let's raise that percentage and help those truly in need. You'll be glad you did. This important community reminder to bleed for me is brought to you by Aptitude here in San Jose on the air, because they care about the health of the Bay Area. Yes, that's right. Nobody cares more than Aptitude. Because without Aptitude, what have you got? Mediocrity. I don't know, I suppose there must be some sort of aptitude toward mediocrity, otherwise we wouldn't all be so banal. Hey, Yeah. So I'm cruising through the North Carolina back road. My car, my friend's over there sleeping. I'm over here messing with the radio. 35-mile-an-hour zone, doing probably about 65. Light drizzle coming down. And I kind of fell asleep. And of course, I was drinking until probably 3:30 in the morning. So I look up, and it's a fork in the road. I'm really good at driving straight, but those forks will get you every time. Bifurcations. And here I come flying. The road's slick. I know I can't make the turn. I start to swivel and sliding sideways. I said, oh, geez, I'm going to hit that telephone pole. So I just straightened it out, went right between the telephone pole and that wire that comes up, you know, at an angle, like a 60-degree angle or something like that, in an isosceles triangle, or whatever it is. And I go blowing through there, hit the traffic signal control box right behind the pole, go rocketing for about 25, 30 feet, land, roll to a stop, and I'm sitting there, and that song Radar Love was on. It just gets to that point. One more Radar Lover gone! I'm like, yeah. Put it in gear, put it in second, put it in there. Took out my transmission, apparently. So we get out of the car, my friend's freaked out because, you know, well, sorry, Joe, didn't mean to interrupt your nap. We're just going to go run around the damn Fort Bragg, you know. All we had to do was get there. No, it didn't quite make it. So we get out, start pushing the car off to the side, and it's right next to the police station anyway, you know. That's right on the other side of the fire station that we're sitting by. So the cops show up right away and say, where are you going? Where are you trying to push it? I'm like, what, you think we're trying to get away? No. Just pushing it off the lawn, you know. Cops and firemen don't want wrecked up cars sitting on their lawn, I'm sure. There could be a gas leak, blow the whole place up. So, he's like, all right. And this cop and his buddy who was with him, he was also a police officer. He says, I smell alcohol, better test him. I'm like, oh, geez. And I was just drunk like a couple weeks before that, practicing that one. Somebody told me about a test where you stand there with your feet together, you lean back with your arms out, and you shut your eyes, and you touch your nose with one arm, touch your nose with the other one. I was all drunk crying out. I'm like, geez, you can't do that. I hope I never have to do that test. 2 weeks goes by. Next thing, I'm standing in front of a cop doing this. I'm going, all right, I practiced this. And then, yeah, there's my nose. And I stand up, and I hear the one cop say to the other one, he's okay. I was like, yeah. And they let me go. I was late to work. But the thing is, little side mirror there, that was busted all to hell. And the front of my car was smashed. The thing, in order for me to hit that pole, that traffic signal control box, which is right behind that pole, it's like I almost had to pass through the pole. I don't know how I did it, but it's amazing anyway, right? Amazing stories with Burgess Meredith. Hey, so there's one more life, which I got through. Could have easily died. My superior driving skill in an endangered situation that gets me through. So all you got to do is drink a lot, go drive around the back roads, and try and get used to it. That's not advice, but I'm saying that's all you really have to do because I grew up that way, right? What else are you going to do in Gaylord? Go to church. Church only lasts an hour, and they get you started on being liquored up with the wine right at the end. That way you go out, you're like, all right, go down to Mary's Tavern, man. So, there's 7 lives. I get the feeling I've been through 9 already because I got a couple stories left. 8:59. Pleasant day outside. My name's Judas. This is Dawn of Betrayal. You're listening to 90.5 FM KSJS San Jose. And I'm sitting there, I figure, what the hell? Since I was driving around all the time, we're playing Nomad. Yeah. Yeah, 90.5 FM KSJS, Ground Zero Radio. I don't know, it seems to me every time I heard the word Ground Zero Radio coming over the air, if I were sitting at home, that would sound a little bit more like one of those emergency broadcasting system warnings than anything. I may be compelled to run down to the basement with a bunch of liquor and a transistor radio. Then what? Crawl upstairs at the end of the day after coming out of a blackout and check your messages, and your boss is going, "Where the hell are you?" And now you lose your job. So then you have to come down to KSJS, the Tuesday meetings at 6 o'clock at Hell Todd Theater here in Hugh Gillis Hall. You can get on the radio yourself because you got nothing better to do, right? We just listened to Venom doing Possessed. Played that for the minister next door to where I live because sit there and have music playing the other day last week. I had music going, windows open. I'm sitting outside smoking a cigarette. All I hear is, "Look at me, Satan's child." And I'm like, hey, all right. So we got the minister over here dealing with our crap. Out of the housing board, he's moving out. We're running all the dorks out. Well, minister's not going anyplace. I think he feels he's got work to do. But anyway, I had a special little story since I'm talking about the 9 lives of Judas. Take an intermission and check out my grandma for a minute. The other hour I was talking about her. How she was laying there insane with Alzheimer's disease. So I'm sitting there watching this woman talking to stuffed animals. And it's like, yeah, she's had a stroke before that. So she's got this big, thick tongue, and my niece, who was about 4 at the time, she's sitting there talking to Grandma, and my sister says, "Hey, show her how you can be ABC." She's like, "Okay." And Grandma's sitting there holding that damn stuffed animal, and Amanda starts going, "A, B, C, D." And Grandma looks at that damn doll. She's listening to it. She's like, oh, my God. She had this look in her glazed eyes like the things have never really spoken to me before. So that's a great thing about being insane. And everybody's going, "Oh, what a shame. Look at her. She's sitting right here, man. Don't you think she can hear that? Why ruin her joy?" What? And so, she starts cackling like that. They shut the door. Everybody's leaving. I said, I got to talk to this woman alone for a minute. So I come in. I'm like, I never talked to the woman really before. And I'm sitting there, "Yeah, hey, Grandma. All right, it's been good seeing you." And she looks at me, and her eyes cleared up, and her voice was completely clear. And as I leaned over and kissed her on the side of the cheek, I don't kiss old people, but I figure, what the hell, it makes them happy. And it didn't seem to me like she wanted anything more. She was in her last throes of life. And so I kissed her on the cheek, said, "All right, Grandma, I love you." And she looks at me clear and free and says, "Thank you for the disease." And I was like, what? I said, "All right, I gotta go." And so I walked out. The woman seemed to me like maybe she knew something I didn't. But that's been maybe 6 or 8 years. I'm still going strong. She's in the ground. What's she know? I got no diseases that anybody can talk about. Yeah. Just crazy worms burrowing into my brain, all kinds of holes in my head. They say if you hit yourself in the head, it leaves like a lesion. You take all these soccer players, you gotta hit it with your head. And they finally get hit by a truck because they're not paying attention and their head's split open, their brain falls out. They look at the brain and they say, wow, look at all these lesions. It's from hitting your head a lot. I've hit my head several times. It hasn't affected me. I don't know what that was about. Well, so what are we on? Number 8, I suppose. Let me mark this down. That thing with Grandma wasn't a death call. That was just her letting me know that I was going to go on. So I'm driving back from the Polish festival in Boyne Falls, Michigan. Back to Gaylord. All drunk, they kicked me out, you know. There's been a whole story leading up to that. I've told it before, but since I'm talking about death, I'll tell the story again. So I'm driving down country roads. I've never been down Alice Road that way before. And I thought that as I went over Myrner, maybe it's Meecher, I thought there was a dirt road that went along on the other side of that bank turn. I'm going about 80, and I see this ditch right, I'm thinking, you know, I second-guessed myself. Instead of driving and jumping right over that bank curve onto the dirt road, I decided I was going to try and make the curve. I'm hanging on. I'm like, oh, geez. And I see that dirt road go by, and I thought, man, I should have done it. Should have doesn't do it, right? And so as I see this 20-foot ditch with all the trees and stuff in it that I've seen all my life, as a kid, you're hanging out, crawl around in that ditch. It's pretty cool. Well, I knew that I was going to go into it sideways and barrel roll and probably kill or cripple myself. I don't have time to get killed or crippled. And so I just yanked the damn car around again and go straight in. I knew that I had my seatbelt on, you know. Seatbelts save lives, that's the truth. So I went rocketing over that damn curve through the trees. 6-inch trees. I'm flying through, and they just set me down softly on a rock pile down there in that ditch, and I'm sitting there, come to a complete stop. I'm all drunk, and the first thing that comes to my mind is, now I know what it feels like to be Bob Druzel. Bob Druzel was a friend of my dad's who always get drunk and roll his car over down the road from our house. He had a nice GTO, but keep having to get it fixed. So, at that point, my mother told me, I think there's an angel riding on your shoulder, and one of these days it's going to fly off and go right through the windshield. I'm like, the angel of death. I mean, he's enjoying the ride. Why take me out of the game so soon? So there's number 8. It's 8:19. Well, I'm going to let this song, this is Winter, doing Oppression Freedom, and it'll roll right into the Oppression reprise in about 2 minutes. So sit along and enjoy this sludge. Yeah, sorry. See, that's the sound you should be hearing in the background. Her screaming, me yelling. What the hell's going on? Who knows? I don't. I should, though. Well, that was Winter. I already told you. That's off the Into Darkness CD. First couple tracks. Yep, that's it. Hey, you know what? Go ahead and listen to this right now. Summer's here, and that can mean severe blood shortages at local hospitals, clinics, blood banks. Jefferson Data Plan asks listeners to take a moment before your vacation and donate blood. Just 1 pint can save the lives of 4 people. So call your local blood center or participate in your next area's drive. This message is brought to you by Jefferson Data Plan, reminding you that the moment you take may save the next person's life. Just in case you were just going to go into it blindly and give them blood. All right, they need blood. You should know that you're about to save a life and crowd yourself a little bit more. Like that woman that got killed in the damn car by that tractor. Pregnant lady. I may be pissing some people off right here, but I don't understand why that guy's getting manslaughter charges. Just driving along, screwing around with the radio. What's up? Huh? What? Oh. And there's a Beetle. Put a woman in the back of a Beetle in rush hour traffic. the odds are a lot better than you think that she's going to get, you know, split open by something. But, I can feel for the guy. I used to drive truck. I was driving down the road one day, cruising through traffic, moving along just fine. I'm like, oh yeah, all right. Look down, and it's a bobtail truck, so it's straight axle, you know, 36 feet long. I'm looking down here, better check the radio. You know, I told them before they shouldn't have me driving a big truck like that. I'm dangerous. So here I am, looking down, I look back up, traffic's dead stopped. I said, oh, man. And I'm just, you don't want to lock up the brakes, but sometimes if you know it's not going to stop, so you just do it, you know. And I'm sliding towards this car in front of me. I'm like, oh, geez. And I look at the damn lane really quick. I hope there's nobody there because it looks free and clear to the left. Number one lane, nobody in it. And I just slid the thing sideways and punched it. I'm sliding, bouncing sideways. And, I'm flying out in the lane, scared the hell out of everybody. But I know I'd have killed several people that day. That's me veering off from the 9 Lives story because I probably could have taken 14 in that one. But, really, everybody gets upset about pregnant women losing their babies, you know? I don't know. You know how many people come out of one person? Just my grandmother alone, my mother's mother. Geez, there's enough to fill a small village with the people that she's blown out of her. I don't need any more. As I see it, we've got plenty. What are we going to do with the ones that are access? Make them work in the sewer and then make fun of them. The hell, man. No. Talking about too many puppies. So there it is. What you could do is you could throw some arsenic on the body and bring in some dogs. When they're eating it, it'll kill them off too. Now we won't have to worry about spaying and neutering our pets all the time. You know what that does to a dog? It puts, you know, a lot of aggression deep down inside. Dog's gonna love you forever, right? Taken away, it's one reason to live. So, I just told the story about me drowning like last week. Sinking down in the ocean, water going crazy, trying to go swimming in a storm, you know. Things are getting quiet. Time to go. Start thinking about the things that you've done. You're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Everything's getting really calm. You're never so peaceful as you are that moment you die. People get nervous. I don't want to die. But it's really nice. Really peaceful. If you've ever looked for peace in your life and you're looking to Jesus, look to death instead. Because, I don't know, I've never had such a peaceful feeling while I was praying in church. I'm usually pretty aggravated. Gotta quit going. And hell, you almost die once. There's no way to avoid doing it again, really. It's coming in the end. You're going back. You pull yourself up swimming. All right, that was great. So there are the 9 lives that I've been through already. And there are more. But just for these purposes, know that odds are maybe the next time I come that close to death, I will. Anyway, I'll make everybody happy. And if not, I guess I'll be in charge. Supposed to put a